Hello, Archibald Chesterfield III, and I've just got 50 euros. 50 euros, fuckers. 50 euros. What a really cool, fantastic, marvelous, wonderful, exotic, fantastic, brilliant donation. That's all I can say, fuckers. That's all I can say. What a cool donation. What a wonderful gift. 50 euro. 50 euro. What a wonderful donation. Thank you so much. I'll add that. I'm trying to collect euros and US dollars in case I need to make a runner. Dear Archie, hope you're doing fine. My name is Peter and I'm a huge fan of your channel. I've been collecting watches for the last 10 years and through that period of time my collection has changed and evolved. At first I was interested in having the Rolex Explorer 2 Black Dial 16570 and the Omega Speedmaster Man on the fucking Moon. I love these watches because, as you know, they have a strong, respectable history and have been proven to be reliable tool watches and steel stunners that one can wear on a mission to the moon, on the moon surface, Earth, underwater, or even on an elegant suit in the mean corporate world. Unfortunately, at the time, since I had a lower budget, I couldn't afford the Rolex or the Omega, but went and got a Breitling Super Ocean Steel Fish reference A17360 42mm with the Anchorite dial. I really loved that watch and it was a good and reliable watch through these 10 years. Soon after the Breitling, I noticed and bought a very nice Cartier Roadster silver dial reference 2510. That's the same as my model reference that I wanted to be my second watch, more like a dress watch with its nice quick change bracelet strap system. That wasn't enough for me and I started to look at chronographs and bought an Oris TT3 PVD black chronograph. It had the Valjoux 7750 and a Porsche design P6530 Titan Heritage chronograph limited edition 1980 with ETA movement 7750. Time passed and I got more interested in fine Swiss watches, Swiss movements, and decided to get a watch with a fine in-house movement and thought about changing the watches in my watch collection with the generic ETA shitter movements that are also good reliable Swiss-made movements with something from the higher level of watch movement. So first I changed my Oris and Porsche design chronographs for a beautiful Zenith El Primo chronometer 40mm chronograph power reserve open face reference 03. Fuck me dead, who knows these numbers? I wear my Zenith El Primo as a dress watch at special occasions and sometimes at the office. Everybody notices the open dial detail and it's an eye catcher that always is commented on by watch lovers. Later on, I finally found a 40mm Rolex Explorer 2 Black Dial 16570 F Series from 2003, like mine, fuckers, that I changed for my Breitling and Cartier. Now, since I got it, I always keep the Explorer as my sport GMT tool watch. Besides this Rolex, I also noticed and bought one more Rolex, and that is the 36mm Oyster Perpetual 116,000 from 2010 with the beautiful blue dial. I have never seen a dial nicer than the Rolex Oyster, and I know I will keep this watch in my collection forever. Lastly, I started thinking to trade the Zenith El Primo for his Omega Speedmaster Man on the fucking Moon. I found one for trade, but the dealer is asking my Zenith plus 450 euro. Ooh, that's steep. What do you think about that? Should I change my Zenith for the Omega? I also got an interesting and cool Russian watches. The Vostok Amphidia Scuba Dude 200 meters. What do you think about this watch? I know it's not at the same level or quality as my other watches, but I think it's an interesting history and background and also a cool scuba look with a tough in-house movement. A real tool watch for scuba diving for under $100 US. What do you think about my collection? Give me advice. Where should my collection go from this point? Thanks for the reply in advance. Keep up the good work. I wish you all the best. Pete, I've sent you €50 as long as those cunts haven't stolen it. So I hope to get a quick answer. Yes, I've been a bit slack. And he's sent me a wonderful photo of his collection there. So what do I think? What do I think? Well, let me tell you this now. I actually like Pete's collection. I love the journey Pete has been on. And I got to tell you, the two top contenders there are the Explorer 2 and the Oyster Perpetual. I had a good friend in England who had one of these. Whoops, we better not mention him. Sorry! He was, yeah, we had some difficulty. So anyhow, I reckon those two Rolexes are super cool. The Zenith El Primo with the open dial there. What do I think? I really think the Zenith is a cool, that's a cool watch. I wouldn't be, I'd probably, they're going to crucify you on the Zenith. Maybe, my advice to you is this. If you really want the Omega Speedmaster, man on the fucking moon, just buy it separately and keep the Zenith. Don't be fucking getting rid of the Zenith willy-nilly. I think that's a mistake. I'd probably buy the Speedmaster on its own. They're not going to give you much for the Zenith. They're cunters. What do I think of the Vostok Amphibia? Look, I hate Russian watches. I hate those cunts with a vengeance. But it's a beater. I can understand it. You got two Rolexes. You've got permission to wear a shitter. You got permission to wear a shitter, a Russian shitter at that. I wouldn't depend on the fucking thing. You're likely to die, but they're an interesting watch there. Look, I would say, what would I be doing with your collection? Well, for starters, fuckers, I would be saying, well, what I would say is simple. Keep the two Rolexes, keep the Zenith. The Russian thing is hardly here nor there, okay? That could be fucked off at a moment's notice. I'd be adding an Omega Speedmaster man on the fucking moon. Add one of those. I'd be adding a Reverso down the track. Whether you added say a Jaeger-LeCoultre Grand Calendar, that'd be a cool watch. Something like that. Something cool in a Reverso shape would really add. This is a great collection, and I like how it's grown. I just wanted to announce too, I've also recently sold my Roadster, and I loved it. Actually, the Roadster, it had, even though it is based on an ETA movement, the 2510, same reference you had there, yeah, it was a great watch. Design, it's a design icon, absolutely great watch, but it's you know, I sold it at cost. I mean, fuck, I didn't make money on that fucker. They're getting harder to shift. Cartier is changing models too quickly, but as long as you buy one on the secondary market, they can be good buys. But I would be adding to your collection, I reckon, Omega Speedmaster. Keep the Zenith, don't sell it, add it, and maybe a Reverso. I'd love to see a Reverso in your collection there. What else would I add to that sort of collection? I would be adding a, I'd love to see a, you know what I'd really love to see is a pre-ceramic Sea Dweller. I reckon that would be a fucking cool collection. I love it. It's a great collection. It's growing strong. It's really cool. I love it. I'm Archibald Chesterfield III. Tell me what you fuckers, you nasty vinyl fuckers, think of that.